Do you have any advice for getting a loud-sounding mix without upsetting noise prop?
Without upsetting noise what?
Noise prop?
Oh, noise propagation.
Yeah.
Well, compression's one way of doing it. I mean, this is something we've not touched on this yet, but very often at festivals, you'll have a noise limit, which is typically measured over, and this usually the reason for having a noise limit is because of the off-site noise. So you might be near residential properties and people from there will go, oh, it's too loud. And it's amazing sometimes when you get to the bottom of this, the reason that the festival's got to be quiet all day is because some old woman's cat's milk shimmering in the kitchen, and because she's complained about it, someone's had to go and attend to it, do a measure in there, see what that equates to. Typically they'll measure off-site at various different places, which will equate to someone stood next to you with a meter going, you've got 15 minutes, you've got to be under 100 dBA for 15 minutes. So,
have you ever played at the cricket ground or Trafford?
I haven't, no, but I do know about it.
I could imagine that having that problem.
Yeah. Well, anywhere where you've got residential properties nearby. I mean, some festivals I've done in the past have got smart and there's six problem points, 6 people. Sometimes you go back to the same festival, it's the same bloke complaining about the same thing every year. Go and take him out for a meal. Give him some money to take his family out to the pictures, or just get rid of that problem if that's what's making. Because it's really frustrating sometimes that you can't get it, especially with a Chemical Brothers gig where the visuals are so strong. If you can't get the audio to a certain volume, your eyes and your ears, it just doesn't match up. You can see it all and it's big and it's bright, but you just don't feel the volume of the gig enough. So it can be a real problem. And I think, to be honest, I think we're only going to see more and more of it. So in answer to your question, really good EQ, because usually when you're getting measured on by a DB policeman, as I call them, the frequencies are usually, the things that tip it are usually the high mids, so the vocals, for example. So just be careful with your EQ in there. Maybe compress it a little bit more than you want to in that range, because what that'll do is mean you can keep the body of the mix up, rather than just turning the whole thing down. So yeah, careful EQ and compression would be my answers to that.
Have you ever used any tricks to try and get around them doing like a 15-minute measure?
Yeah, I've got big blokes to come and stand in front of the microphone. There's all kinds of things. There's all kinds of things you can do. I mean, not so much now, because generally what happened, it used to be one person with a microphone at the front of the house with a display telling you what the number was. And they're cleverer than that now. They've got measuring points all over, so that gets fed back. But usually what you get given is a number to work with and a length of time to work. There's 2 ways of measuring dBs for the live. There's a dBA, which is, it's got a 500 hertz filter on it. So it means you can get more subs, which is sometimes a good thing for dance bands. But the ones that really tickle it are like the high mids, the vocal range is usually what sets it off. And if you're working against a 15-minute LEQ, what you find is once you get behind the clock, once you go over, it's so hard to bring it back down. So try not to go in too hard too early. Go in a bit easier. Find out where you are, because once you go over it, it's so hard to pull it back. It really.
If it takes like an average over that 15 minutes, do you sometimes get the band to like play a couple of quiet songs?
I can. I mean, there's various different ways of doing it. Sometimes bands will play a long intro before the vocal comes in. But at the end of the day, it's something you're going to have to deal with at some point in your career. Like I say, you'll find your way around it, but it's not going to go away. I think we're only going to see more and more of it.